I think I should be working now. Can you guys hear me? Yep, there you go. You guys can hear me now. Okay. Right, so I'm also going to get some background music in. So yeah, big news. Big big news coming out of uh big news coming out of Williams today. So Logan Sargeant, oh my goodness, why is that so pixelated? I don't know. Right, hang on a second. Yeah, I'm not the only one who had pixelation there. Right, anyway, big news. Big news coming out of Williams. Logan Sargeant has been. Wait, hang on a second. Why isn't that working? Why isn't that working? Hang on a second, guys. I'm trying to get something to work, but it's not. Right, let's just go back to this. So, big news. As I said, Logan Sargeant has been sacked by Williams, and he is going to be replaced by Franco Colapinto. I haven't actually read the press announcement yet, but we're going to read it together. So yeah, we're gonna go and read that. I'm gonna move the volume of that down. Um, and yeah, big news. Hang on, I'm just checking everything's working with the stream. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So yeah, big news as I said. So let's have a quick look at what Williams have said in regards to this. So it says Williams Racing Team Statement. Oh, my screen is absolutely tiny. Hang on a second. Let me just change that quickly. There we go. Okay, so yeah, this is what we've got. So Williams Racing Team Statement. Breaking news, Franco Colapinto to race for the remainder of the 2024 season. Williams Racing announces that Franco Colapinto will race with the team for the remainder of the 2024 FIA Formula One World Championship season. Williams announces that Franco Colapinto will race with the team for the remainder of the 2024 FIA Formula One World Championship season and will compete from the Italian Grand Prix alongside Alex Albon. He will use the number 43. Franco is a member of. Hang on a second. Franco is a member of the Williams Racing Driver Academy and made his FP1 debut in this year's FW46 at the British Grand Prix, and I was actually there to witness that. His F2 campaign this year has seen him secure a race win in Imola and podiums in the Barcelona and Austria feature races, as well as 7 further points scoring outings. The 21-year-old will become the 49th Grand Prix driver for Williams Racing. Is the first Argentine F1 for 23 years since Gaston Mazzacane, and the second Argentine to drive for the British outfit following his countryman Carlos Reutemann. The team would like to take the opportunity to thank Logan Sargeant for his hard work and contribution over the past 2 seasons. He has competed in 36 Grand Prix and at the US GP last year became the first American driver to score an F1 point since Michael Andretti 30 years prior. I'm just checking everything's working. Yeah. Logan will remain in the Williams family and we will support him to continue his racing career. So I don't know if that means like I don't know if that means I don't know what that means actually. That's quite interesting. I'm not entirely sure if it's, he's going to stay as a development driver or if he's just, they're just saying that just we're supporting him all the way in that kind of way, like a fan kind of way. Franco has said, "It is an honour to be making my Formula One debut with Williams. This is what dreams are made of. The team has such amazing history and a mission to get back to the front, which I can't wait to be a part of." So that's a very, very big statement there from Franco Colapinto. So yeah, he is only going to be driving, of course, for the second half of the season, until Carlos Sainz comes into the seat, which will be from next year onwards. So he's going to be trying his very best to prove that he is um, good enough to drive in Formula One, whether that be for Williams or for another team. So I'm just gonna very quickly check and see if there's any way I can change anything on the video. I'm trying to see, because I'm trying to figure out if I've done something wrong with the settings for the video. Let me see if there's anything on here. But anyway, James Vowles, who's of course the team principal of Williams, has said to replace a driver mid-season is not a decision we have taken lightly. Hang on a sec. Hang on a sec, guys. I'm just trying to live. Is it in here? Is it in here? Yeah, there we go. Right. Get shareable link. Okay. Hang on a second. I'm just gonna post this on Twitter really quickly. Okay, so that's me tweeted it now. And I'll go and put it on Instagram as well quickly. And then we can continue. I'm just checking. Hello to everybody that's watching this. This is a big announcement. I heard it was coming earlier today, but I wasn't sure when it would happen. The F1 account is saying dropped, but I'm a little bit more of an extremist, so I'm going to use the term sacked or replaced. So because that is what's happened. That is the truth as to what's happened. And with it, Franco Colapinto becomes the first Formula One driver from Argentina in over 20 years. Gaston Mazzacani was the last in 2001. Um, Hang on. Yes, there we go. Okay, yes. So let's continue. So I'll start it again in case you guys have missed what the whole thing is. So it says here, Franco Colapinto to race for the remainder of the 2024 season. Breaking news, and it actually comes up at the top here saying Williams Racing team statement. So a team statement is typically, something very important like a press release, that kind of thing. It says published on the 27th of August 2024, estimated reading time at 3 minutes. So it's a longer press briefing than some, because some press briefings are like 1 or 2 paragraphs, whereas these are a lot longer. Jesus, this photo of Logan Sargeant he's got like proper facial hair and everything in that photo. But anyway, hello to everybody watching. So it says here Williams Racing announces that Franco Colapinto will race with the team for the remainder of the 2024 FIA Formula One World Championship season. Williams Racing announces that Franco Colapinto will race for the team for the remainder of the 2024 FIA Formula One World Championship season and will compete from the Italian Grand Prix alongside Alex Albon. He will use the race number 43. Franco is a member of the Williams Driver Academy and made his FP1 debut in this year's FW46 at the British Grand Prix. His F2 campaign this year has seen him secure a race win in Imola and podiums in the Barcelona and Austria feature races, as well as 7 further point-scoring outings. The 21-year-old will become the 49th Grand Prix driver for Williams Racing, following in the footsteps of drivers such as Alan Jones, Carlos Reutemann, which is what it says there, Nelson Piquet, Nigel Mansell, Alain Prost, Ayrton Senna, Damon Hill, Jacques Villeneuve, Felipe Massa, Juan Pablo Montoya, Ralf Schumacher, and many, many others as well. That's just 11 off the top of my head, but many of those drivers have made history with Williams. Some of them winning Drivers' Championships, some of them winning Grand Prix, and then some of them, being there during their sort of downward spiral, which is unfortunately still continuing at the moment. They've not had a very good season this season. The team would like to take the opportunity to thank Logan Wait, hang on a second. No, I didn't read the rest of this. And is the first Argentine F1 driver in 23 years and second Argentine to drive for the British outfit, following his countryman Carlos Reutemann, who was from Santa Fe. The team would like to take the opportunity to thank Logan Sargeant for his hard work and contribution over the past 2 seasons. Well, it wasn't really 2 seasons, Williams. It was 1.5, pretty much. But okay. He has competed in 36 Grand Prix and at the USGP last year, became the first American to score an F1 point since Michael Andretti 30 years prior. Logan will remain in the Williams family and we will support him to continue his racing career. Now that probably just means a fan kind of way, not really financially or anything along those lines. So a big reason why this happened is probably, I don't know if James Vowles said anything about it. No, it doesn't say anything about it. But this happened because of Zandvoort's crash. This happened because of this. This is the crash which ended Logan Sargeant's time at Williams. Oh wait, no, that's not it there. That's not it at all. Hang on a second. Here. So this is the crash which ended Logan Sargeant's career at Williams. And it's such a tiny little mistake, but that is the way Formula 1 is. Formula 1 is a brutal, brutal sport. And I think at that moment he knew that was his last race for Williams. I don't think that they had planned to sack him beforehand, but I think he left them no choice. Otherwise, he would have probably costed the team even more money. And now they're chucking Franco Colapinto into the deep end. Now, we don't really know much about Franco. If you don't know much about Franco Colapinto, then I will educate you a bit about him in a minute. But first of all, let's read some statements from Franco and James. Franco Colapinto, the new Williams driver, and James Vowles, the team principal of Williams. Franco stated, "It is an honor to be making my Formula 1 debut with Williams. This is what dreams are made of. The team has such amazing history and a mission to get back to the front, which I can't wait to be a part of." I mean, he already was a part of it beforehand because he was their test driver. "Coming into F1 mid-season will be an enormous learning curve, but I am up for the challenge and I'm fully focused on working as hard as I can with Alex and the team to make it a success." James Vowles then stated, "To replace a driver mid-season is not a decision we have taken lightly, but we believe this gives Williams the best chance to compete for points over the remainder of the season. We have just brought a large upgrade to the car and need to maximize every point scoring opportunity in a remarkably tight midfield battle." So in case you don't know what James is referring to there, he's referring to the fact that Sargeant was struggling for results compared to Albon. Albon was scoring points and doing quite well when Albon was struggling. I'll give you an example. Last season, Albon scored, I think it was around 20 points. Sargeant only scored 1, and that came because of a Lewis Hamilton disqualification. I think that's what happened. I'm going to just quickly check if that's true. And yeah, it's been a very, very, very bad time of it for Logan Sargeant, because whilst he did have a very good junior career, and can I just very quickly say that he had some marvelous achievements with Charouz. Now, I'll talk about that in a bit, but his F1 career really wasn't that astonishing. My mum keeps calling me, but I am currently busy doing something. So I think, yeah, so Hamilton was disqualified, and so was Charles Leclerc from the race. So Sargeant actually finished 12th originally, but he got penalised. So he got very lucky with the point that he scored last season, and that will be the only point he will ever score in Formula 1 by the looks of things, sadly. But, you know, F1 is a very, very brutal, brutal sport, and that's what it's like, sadly. This is very interesting because you mentioned about the midfield battle. There is quite a big midfield battle going on between Williams, between Keck, although they're probably not going to be in the fight, and they need to get up there with Alpine, because last season they had a brilliant season last season. They beat AlphaTauri, they beat Haas, they beat Alpine. No, they didn't. They beat Haas, they beat Kick Sauber, they did a very good job, and they punched above their weight. Not Kick Sauber, sorry, Alfa Romeo. They punched above their weight, but this season it's been a massive drop down to reality. And Albon's just not had the car which he deserves, because he had a brilliant year last year, leading the team. He scored, I think it was, 20, 21, 22 points last season. 27 points he scored last season. So Williams have had a massive, massive downgrade this season compared to last. And they will be most certainly, they were thinking about replacing him. And as James Vowles says, they brought a large upgrade. Now, I don't like them using the term upgrade, because it might not be an upgrade. Because most people... Oh, hang on a second. Is that full volume? Yeah. Most people might think that it's, upgrade. Oh, the car's going to be improved, guaranteed. But actually, it might not. So, Aston Martin's a prime example of that. They said they were going to bring upgrades to many races this season, but they haven't been upgrades. They've made the car slower. This happened to Haas in 2019 as well. So using the term upgrade isn't a great term. I would prefer, I think the term update is a little bit better, because it doesn't really suggest that it changes the car, but it doesn't mean it's going to be better. That's what I'm trying to get at. So he says, I need to maximize every point scoring opportunity in a remarkably tight midfield battle, which I mentioned earlier. We also believe in investing in our young drivers in the Williams Driver Academy, and Franco is getting a fantastic opportunity to demonstrate what he's capable of across the final 9 rounds of the season. Now, that's quite interesting, because Logan actually came from the Williams Driver Academy, and if you look historically speaking at the Williams Driver Academy, they've had, it says there, they've had Lance Stroll, Nicholas Latifi, Jack Aitken, and they've all raced in Formula 1 with them, and Logan, of course, as well. Currently, they've got Jamie Chadwick in Indy next, although she's probably going to be, she's more of an Andretti driver nowadays, as well as Zach O'Sullivan and Franco Colapinto. Now, Franco's a better option because he has more experience, and he is doing a brilliant job. He's 6th in the standings in Formula 2, which is very impressive considering it is his debut season in the championship. So they made a great choice signing him. And I remember when I heard that this boy was going to be going up into F3, I was thinking he is going to do brilliantly with Van Amersfoort, because he had a very good track record behind him. He won the Spanish F4 championship. He finished 3rd in Formula Renault Euro Cup in his debut season of it, behind only, I think, Victor Martins and Kyle Collette. And he was destined for a very good career in Formula 1. And Argentina deserves this, because they have not had a Formula 1 driver in a long, long time. And Marcos009 has commented with 4 Argentina flags. And Argentina is going to be in absolute delight tonight, because they were not expecting this. I think most people were expecting it to be Mick Schumacher that would take over from Sargeant. Most people were thinking that Sargeant would be replaced, but most people were thinking that it would be Mick Schumacher that came in. But no, it is this man, the 21-year-old Franco Colapinto. Now, this actually makes him the 2nd youngest driver to have competed in Formula 1 this season, after Ollie Bearman. And as I said, funnily enough, the last Argentine F1 driver was around before Franco was even born, because the last Formula 1 driver for Argentina is none other than Gaston Mazzacani, who last raced in 2001, and he was a pay driver. It literally says there, pay driver. So, and Franco's following in great footsteps, as the press announcement says about Carlos Reutemann right here, because Argentina have had a very big history in Formula 1. They've had a world champion, a further 2 Grand Prix winners, and some other great talents as well, such as Onofre Marimon. So Argentina have a massive history in Formula 1, a massive pedigree in Formula 1. They used to host a Grand Prix in Buenos Aires, which used to be named the Juan Perón Grand Prix, and then they also hosted a non-championship event called the Eva Perón Grand Prix. Formula 1 has a huge history in Argentina, and it's a shame that for many years there wasn't an Argentinian track or a driver. And now we've got one of them, even if it is for just half a season, because it's going to attract more eyes to the sport. Formula 1 is meant to be a global sport, and for it to be for an Argentine driver to come in is amazing, because we don't have any drivers from South America on the grid. So now we've got drivers from all continents apart from Africa and Antarctica, but obviously Antarctica's not really livable on Penguin Formula One driver. So yeah, it's amazing, amazing news, and I'm really really happy for Franco. And James Vowles also said, this is undoubtedly incredibly tough on Logan, who has given his all throughout his time at Williams, and we want to thank him for all his hard work and positive attitude. Logan remains a talented driver, and we will support him to continue his racing career for the future. I know Franco has great speed and huge potential, and we look forward to seeing what he can do in Formula 1. So another thing I'm interested in is finding out who MP Motorsport are going to be drafting in as a replacement. It doesn't say anything here about it. It just said MP have just said, "Vamos Franco. We are extremely proud of Franco, who's moving up to F1 and will race with with Williams Racing until the end of the season." They follow me on Twitter actually, which is quite funny. I want to see what his management team have said about it. They follow me as well, actually. So I think their name is it Bullet Sports Management? I think that's their name. Is that their name? Yeah. So I wonder what they actually haven't said anything about it yet, which is quite surprising. But they are gonna probably release something about it soon. So this is his media team. I want to see if they've put anything up on their website about it yet. But they're going to be very happy for their driver Franco. There he is there on the very cover of their thing of their website. And it says here, next race FIA Formula 2 Hungary, so they'll need to update the website in more ways than one. So yeah, they'll be absolutely buzzing for him. Franco will be buzzing. All of Argentina is probably buzzing. So yeah, let's have a little look at his racing record. So he began in Spanish F4 in 2018. He did only 4 races, but he took a win in Navarra. I don't understand why it's not Antonelli, then put him in the Merc next year. Because Colapinto is a member of the Williams Academy, so I think Williams have basically just said it's our academy, we can pick who we want. Although I don't know what the legalities and the terms of the contract is between Mercedes and Williams, obviously, because Mercedes gives Williams their engine power. I don't know if they say, oh, you need to put a certain driver in the car. I don't think it's like that, because Williams have their own academy. It's not like with Haas, where they don't really have a driver academy, and Ferrari basically got them to sign Ollie Behrman up. It's not like that. Can you make the mic a little louder? I'm gonna try to, but I don't know why it's not great. I'm gonna see if I can turn the volume up. There we go. Is that better, or is that too loud? It's not great. I'm gonna see if I can turn the volume up. There we go. Is that better? Or is yeah, that's better. Okay, yeah. Thank you for that. So yeah, the reason why I think they chose Franco over Antonelli is, first of all, because Franco's a bit more experienced in single-seater racing than Antonelli is. And to be honest, I think Williams are just looking for a steady pair of hands that aren't going to crash as much as Sargeant has. And that's not me being offensive or abusive. It's factually correct that he has crashed a lot. And Antonelli is quite inexperienced in Formula 1 machinery, whereas Franco has had a little bit more experience in Formula 1 machinery and is more suitable to Formula 1. And also, of course, as I said, I don't know what the legalities of the Mercedes-Williams contract are, but I'm trying to see if it says anything here. Oh, it doesn't say anything about driver changes or mid-season changes. Anyway, but yeah, I think that Franco got the seat because he's a Williams driver, not because he's a Antonelli didn't get it because he is not a Williams driver. If he was a Williams driver, he would probably get the seat, and he'd probably get it for next year as well. So yeah, there's the confirmation. Colapinto at the bottom there, replacing Sargeant. And it's going to be very, very exciting. Of course, Colapinto is actually part Italian. So this is kind of a home race for him as well. So It'll be pretty awesome that he's making his debut at one of his home circuits. Nobody wants Mick Schumacher, and I think that a big reason for that though is I think it's the same reason why Antonelli wasn't hired, and that's because he's a Mercedes guy. He's not a Williams guy. If he was a Williams guy, then absolutely, but he's a Mercedes guy, so they're not going to hire him because he's technically an outsider. Yeah, Franco had a very good year in F3 last year. He finished fourth in the standings. And finished the highest of his teammates. Mari Boya finished down 17th, and Johnny Edgar finished in 13th. So he did very well against his teammates. And then in his first year at Van Amersfoort, he had Villa Gomez and Ushijima as teammates, and he battered both of them. Ushijima finished 20th, and where is he? Villa Gomez is right there, 25th. So he's got very good teammate record, and then of course this year in Formula 2 he is at MP Motorsport, and he has teammates along with Dennis Hauger, and he is beating Dennis Hauger, who has a lot more experience than he has in the category, and of course is a Formula 3 champion in his own right. So Franco's doing a brilliant job, and he's won a sprint race at Imola, as they said before. He scored a podium in the feature race at the Red Bull Ring and in the feature race at Catalunya, and he has scored points in every round of the season barring Saudi Arabia. So he has got some very good consistency, and he's not crashed a lot compared to Logan Sargeant. So I think that's a big reason of why they have hired him for this season. Whereas if you look at Sargeant, he's had a few more DNFs. I don't know how many of them were crashes, though. So they think that they've got a safe pair of hands coming in. And yeah, it's going to be absolutely incredible. So I don't think I want to see what Twitter's reaction is. Has the decision surprised you? So let's see what the votes are. 94% said yes. So because most people were expecting Mick Schumacher. Let's have a quick look. What I'll do is I'll type in Franco. Oh wait, no, here we go, Logan Sargeant. So let's have a little look at Twitter's reaction to the news. So Formula 1 here is breaking. Williams Racing have announced Logan Sargeant will be replaced for the remainder of the 2024 season by Franco Colapinto. Fast and the Curious podcast tweet, whoa. And then this is exactly what I was getting on at Formula Plus, which is at Formula_stats. Argentina is back. The land of Fangio, Reutemann, and Gonzalez. Mick is never coming back. Love the kid, but he just wasn't good. I think most people make the good point of Haas really didn't help him out at all, but he did crash a bit too much, which is a bit of a problem. Somebody commented about Lawson, but that's just irrelevant. This guy Hashir Sher, apologies if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, expected but a harsh decision for sure. The pressure in Formula 1 is relentless, and that is 100% true. 100% true, because I mean Formula 1 is a relentless sport. Unless you've got a lot of funding and a lot of money behind you, or you've got friends in higher places, you have to be there on pure talent. And somebody tweeted, "Oh no more Americans in Formula 1," and I will warn you guys, there's probably going to be a really loud noise here. Yeah, okay, right. So we're not gonna. Yeah, it's just an America meme. And then somebody else comments, "Welcome to IndyCar, Logan." So yeah, the rumors are that he's gonna end up going to Prema, because Prema Racing are coming into IndyCar, and he worked with Prema Racing in Formula 3. Wow, didn't see this coming. Haven't heard any rumor about Colapinto, which shows how well they managed to hide it, I suppose, because Colapinto just came out of nowhere with that announcement. Lots of rumour about Mick and Lawson, though. Franco Colapinto instead of Kimi, they just be letting anybody in. Somebody else commented, Mick Schumacher robbed. It's a bummer that the American fans didn't get a chance to say goodbye to Logan Sargeant and thank him for the awesome memories, despite there being 3 races in the USA. Shame for Sargeant, but great chance to see what Colapinto can do. Thought that was Hulkenberg. Oh my goodness, yeah, he actually does look a bit like him in that photo. Um, where were we? Where were we? Here. I get Franco Colapinto rather than Mick Schumacher, but why not Liam Lawson, Stoffel Vandoorne, Nick De Vries, or Kimi Antonelli? Lawson, I don't know. I think maybe there was too much problem with the legalities. Stoffel, no, I don't think that would have worked. Nick, no. After what happened last time, no. And then Kimi Antonelli, no, because he's a Mercedes driver. I think it's because a weird choice, but the cheapest one. Colapinto was an academy driver. Mick had an Alpine and Mercedes contract that they needed to buy out, but weird. Happy for him though. How does this affect the video game? Kai776 comments. Thank God it's not Mick. I mean, it's good to see a new driver getting a Formula 1 debut. It's Colapinto and not the fraud Schumi, and then it's a picture of Don Carlo Ancelotti. R.I.P. Good try, brother. There's always NASCAR / Indy. Good luck. Considering Franco was never in the rumours, he might pull out a Piastri. No, don't compare anybody to Oscar Piastri in terms of junior career. Somebody posts a gif of Jeremy Clarkson. Oh no, anyway, and there's a few comments on that. A sad day for Formula 1 after not scoring any points in his advert. Logan, okay, no, that's a meme from a few days ago. Logan Sargeant left F1 with the hardest picture in 2024, and it's him getting out of his car after he had a monumental shunt after touching the grass. Okay, this is yeah. Anyway, lowering the lowering the flag to half-mast for Logan Sargeant's F1 career. I think they should let Logan Sargeant finish the season. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. You're bigger than a whole sky. Logan Sargeant 2023 to 2024. And then Matt Gallagher tweets, Logan Sargeant has been dropped for Franco Colapinto for the rest of the season. Oh wait, no, sorry, I got to do it in full caps. Holy! Logan Sargeant has been dropped for Franco Colapinto for the rest of the season! Logan Sargeant is free. I'm free. Worst experience of my effing life. Sorry. Happy for Franco, but Gabriel Bortoleto deserves that seat while he prepares for the Alpine seat. Bortoleto is a fantastic driver, and I do think he deserves a shot. But again, it's just like, it has to be in-house for Williams, I think. Can you imagine if Lawson came in for the last few races just to be cucked out of a full-time seat again? Lol. I don't, apparently, according to Helmut Marko, he has got a seat for 2025. What do you mean Williams replaced Logan Sargeant mid-season? Logan getting replaced, so I blocked Williams and James consonants. Logan Sargeant, they can never make me hate you. Logan Sargeant gone. And then it's just a gif of Max. Yeah, it's crazy. Let's see what people are making of it on Sky Sports F1. The right decision, to be fair. Too many repair bills from Logan's off. That's exactly what I'm saying. Ruthless, great. You can be forgiven for finishing at the back, but banning it as well is a no-go. Sargeant just allows American to struggle on the world stage. Okay, that guy's just being a bit racist towards Americans. Vamos, Franco. And then just loads of like one-word answers. Why don't American drivers make it to F1? The last successful US driver was Mario Andretti nearly 50 years ago. Because they're all too focused on NASCAR and IndyCar over there. That's why. I wonder if... who do you think will get that Audi seat? I think it's between Robert Schwartzman and Gabriel Bortoleto. Don't count Bottas out. Don't count Bottas out. I think it will be Bortoleto though, and I want it to be Bortoleto. I wish Bottas could stay as well, but Bortoleto's just a really talented youngster. I wonder if the Franco account's tweeted anything yet. No, actually. Hasn't tweeted in 10 days, which is quite crazy. And yeah, it says on the F1 bit, F2 racer to replace Sargeant, F2 racer Colapinto to replace Sargeant for the rest of the season. Now, I want to go into the Formula 1 website and see what they've made of the statement, what they've written about the statement. F2 racer Colapinto replaces Sargeant at Williams for rest of 2024 season. Williams have announced that Academy driver and F2 racer Franco Colapinto will contest the remainder of the season with the squad. Wait, what? Okay, hang on, never mind. It's gone back to the default setting. Hang on a second. There we go. That's better. I'm a new subscriber. I like your content. I hope Gabriel finishes ahead of Paul Aron. Hope he doesn't bottle it in F2. I hope Gabriel does well as well. I want both of them to do well, because obviously Paul Aron's no longer part of the Mercedes Academy, which in my opinion was a big mistake to make. And I hope Bartoletto does well, because we need a driver from Brazil. There hasn't been a driver from Brazil since Pietro Fittipaldi, and one born there since Felipe Massa. So we 100% deserve it. And yeah, thank you very much for saying you like my content. I'm releasing a video today actually, but it's not really Formula 1 based. So let's continue with the statement. Williams have announced that Academy driver and F2 racer Franco Colapinto will contest the remainder of the season with the squad, replacing Logan Sargeant as Alex Albon's teammate from the Italian Grand Prix. Colapinto joined the Williams Racing Driver Academy in early 2023 and made his FP1 debut with the team at this year's British Grand Prix, giving him an initial taste of the FW46. A winner in an array of categories in the junior single-seater scene, the 21-year-old has been contesting his second season in the F2 Feeder Championship. Now, this is actually a bit misleading, because it's his first full season. He did a couple of races last season, but this is his first full season, so it was probably better to put first full season in the F2 Feeder Championship, holding 6th standings in 2024 with a race win and 2 second-place finishes to his name. He will become the first Argentine F1 driver for 23 years after Gazon Mazzacani's last appearances for Prost back in 2001, and only the second Argentine to drive for Williams, following on from his countryman Carlos Reutemann. I like both Paul and Gabriel too. I don't understand how Robert Schwartzman isn't an F1 as criminal. I agree. I think that him and Callum, I think he deserved an F1 seat over Callum Aylaw and Mick Schumacher personally, because he did brilliantly in his debut season of F2. And he had a brilliant year in F3 in 2019 as well. I've been watching Feeder Series since 2019, and I'm honestly shocked that Schwartzman never got a Formula 1 seat. I think he'll get like a one-off shot eventually, but yeah, I hope that Formula 1 goes ahead with that the rookie sprint race idea that they have, and it counting towards the World Championship. That would be awesome, because then more F1 drivers get a shot, and that in every sprint it would be like that. In their press release, Williams took the opportunity to thank Logan Sargeant for his hard work and contribution over the past 2 seasons, adding he will remain in the Williams family, and we will support him to continue his racing career. It comes after a particularly challenging run for the American, who crashed his updated Williams at last weekend's Dutch Grand Prix, a few weeks on from confirmation that he will be replaced by Carlos Sainz next year. And then there it is about Colapinto's statement, and then it's just a bunch of the statements as well. There's a photo, there's a video of Sargeant's crash in the Dutch Grand Prix in Free Practice 3. Now you can see there he gets on the grass and then he bends it, and that caused huge damage to his car. The thing is, Robert's 24, hasn't raced for 2 years apart from hypercar endurance, might not get into F1. He has done F1 testing. And another thing is nobody expected Nick De Vries to ever make it into Formula 1, and yet he did, although he didn't do particularly well. Yeah, I think it's the right thing to do. I don't know, what are you guys' opinion on it? Let me know down in the live chat. I think that it's the correct call to make, but you guys may have your own opinions, and I respect that. You might think it should be Mick or maybe someone else, but yeah, I want to see if anybody else is... Oh, I haven't actually read the Williams comments. Petition to bring back Sargeant, Formula God comments. Absolutely hilarious account, by the way. Freedom always wins. Florida man sets Williams racing on fire. It's like that one website where it's like something happened in Florida. Hang on a second. Florida calendar of events. Yeah, here it is. This is absolutely iconic, guys. There's I think it's a Florida one. It's somewhere in America, but yeah, it's iconic. Argentina's time to shine, as I said before to you guys. It is amazing, an amazing opportunity. And then this fan tweets: yes, no more Logan Sargeant. The sport is saved, with 4 heart emojis. Ain't no effing way. You doing? Get Sargeant out, yes, but why not Mick? Good for him, but I'm afraid he'll do as well as Aitken did that one race. Well, Aitken only had one race though, so. And also, he didn't have as much preparation to actually drive. Bro, what happened? Wow, this is big. In Horabuena, I don't know what that means. I'll go and find that into Google Translate. Hang on a second. I don't know what that means. In Horabuena, congratulations is what that means. You learn something new every day. I don't really speak Spanish. I'm a monolingual Scotsman who speaks the language of English. I feel for Logan, but F1 is a performance sport. This is a smart move by Williams to pull in one of their academy drivers and give them some F1 wheel time. That is exactly the point I am making at alt_world. Getting Sargeant out, yes, but why not Mick? I think that isn't that the same one I got tweeted a minute ago? Okay, yeah, that one. George Morgan, wow, well done, Franco. I actually know this guy. Does he still follow me? No, he doesn't. I know this guy because I used to work with him. You knew it. Sad day for F1 here in America. Lawson and Schumi Jr. apparently don't exist. WTF, we all thought Liam, to be honest. All about Argentina, and then it's a celebration from an Argentinian fella. Is that in the World Cup final? No. Is it? Crazy. And final comment. As a lifelong F1 fan supporter of Williams, it feels like today's announcement was, if honest, a little overdue. The sport is rightly brutal in the pursuit of performance and results, and as we have seen in other teams, I think is what he means, in the paddock, young talented drivers are always in the wings to take on this pinnacle of motorsport challenge. Good luck to Franco Colapinto and all at Williams Racing. So that's that's a video. So that's everything from me. I'm really thankful for everybody that's watched this stream. As soon as I heard about the news, I tried to get my setup done as quickly as I could. Thank you guys very much for watching the stream. I'm going to be streaming the Italian Grand Prix this weekend, probably not on Streamlabs, probably on something else. WStream it. Thank you, TX Turk. Thank you very much for that. So yeah, it's going to be amazing to see Franco in Formula 1 because we deserve an Argentine, you know? Fangio with his 24 wins, Froyan Gonzalez with his Le Mans win in 1954 and his 2 Grand Prix wins at the British Grand Prix, first ever Formula 1 winner for Ferrari, and Carlos Reutemann, the legend for Williams, for Lotus, well he didn't really do well with Lotus, for Ferrari, and of course for Brabham. He almost won the World Championship in 1981, of course. And it's kind of this is actually the first F1 driver that's been on the grid since Reutemann passed away from Argentina. So I wonder what his daughters are thinking about that. I hope that they send good faith on to Franco. And yeah, thank you guys very much for watching the stream. I'm gonna go now, and